please cut it. We're over time. Cut it. Just, yeah.
Come every Sunday evening. MTN, everywhere you go.
Shit.
The Smooth Breakfast presents the headlines, the stories, the news. In-depth analysis of national current affairs. Freshly pressed on Smooth 98.1.
Hit it. Headlines.
Banking shouldn't be hard, and we agree.
So sorry.
With the Diamond Yellow account, all you have to do is dial *710# to start banking even without the internet. Whether you want to transfer money to any bank account, pay bills, request debit cards, buy airtime, withdraw, or deposit money, just dial *710#.
So you're gonna put the intro back?
Hey, don't just take our word for it. Dial *710# to start banking at your convenience and without hassle. This feature is available to all mobile phones. It's banking made simple. For inquiries and support, please call 0700 300 0000 or call 118 toll-free on MTN or visit Diamond Bank branches, MTN walk-in centers, and agent locations.
This is Smooth Breakfast.
The Smooth Breakfast Show.
Smooth Breakfast with Funmi and Valentine.
Indeed it is just the two of us this morning.
No, that outro is... The other one is outro.
Well,
So
here's some
intro-
hot gist for you. Check out the
Jonathan.
absolutely amazing welcome back offer from MTN. If you have not used your SIM
right.
for
So I just
45
play that
days
at when
or
we're
more for
done.
whatever reason,
Sorry, it was the
whether
timing,
you
man.
lost it or you just stopped using it, maybe it even broke, whatever, just get back on MTN by recharging and get 2,000% on your first recharge of every month. And if you've lost your SIM, no wahala. Just visit any MTN center, retrieve your line, recharge, and 2,000% is yours.
If no one's sending an
And that
email,
means
Abby.
if you load 100
Straight
naira,
up.
you get 2,000 naira. Load 200 naira and get 4,000 naira. And then if you load 500 naira, you get 10,000 naira. Isn't that incredible? Well, don't waste time now. Get back on MTN right now and know what it truly feels like to be back. Remember, terms and conditions apply.
MTN, everywhere you go. The Smooth Breakfast presents...
All right, mics are going up.
The story.
It's the 9th of April 2018. Good morning. You're listening to Smooth Breakfast with Rotus and Valentine. And we're joined by our wonderful guest inside of Freshly Pressed, Mr. Ireti Bakare-Yusuf. Good morning.
Who's not normally here on a Monday and is a bit discombobulated?
no,
I'm
it's
seeing
not.
Rotus to my right, who I don't normally see.
Yeah.
And I found him a bride on Instagram. Go check it out.
Good morning, Mr. Ireti. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning to you. And then Ayo is joining us again this morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine, thank you.
Had a good weekend?
Yeah, I did.
Good. And Funmi, lady in red. Good morning.
Good morning, Valentine.
Good morning. Good to see you.
Lagos, remember, if you want to reach out to our analyst, Mr. Ireti is on Twitter at CCOG Lagos. Ayo is at eShore01 and Funmi is at Funmi Odude. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, Lagos, we hop right in. Remember, you can send messages on WhatsApp. You can also hit us up on Twitter using the hashtag FreshlyPressed981. Twitter handle is at Smooth981FM. So, let's jump into our first story here from the
shortly before that, please, we're streaming live on YouTube. Just go to the website to youtube.com/smooth981fm Lagos, or type in the search box Smooth981fm Lagos and you'll find us there.
Yes, can't forget the YouTube. We're waving at the camera right now. So from The Guardian, troops rescue 149 persons, kill 3 Boko Haram insurgents. The Nigerian army on Sunday said its troops rescued 149 persons in the ongoing clearance operation against remnants of Boko Haram insurgents at the Yerimari Kura community in the Sambisa axis. Colonel Onyema Nwachukwu, the Deputy Director, Army Public Relations, said in a statement that the troops killed 5 insurgents and captured 5 others in the encounter. Mr. Ireti,
Yes.
Your thoughts on the good news, or how do you feel about this?
Well,
What's going on?
Well, of course it's good news. I mean, yes, most certainly. It's nice to know that they're still in the area. It's nice to know that actually, I think the purpose of them going there was actually to rescue hostages and actually to disarm, if you like, or clear up what effectively became a hideout for Boko Haram, for the Boko Haram insurgents. And they managed to do that, you know, rescuing 149 persons, namely 54 women and 95 children. What I do hope very much so is that when we rescue Boko Haram victims, I hope the process of rehabilitating into society isn't just reserved for the Chibok girls, this girl, that girl. I hope we use the same process for every single person.
Yeah.
I do know that in the past we did have a process where they were going, you know, they would go through like a 3 months rehabilitation program, etc., etc. And I hope that's still happening. I haven't read much about it recently, actually, I have to say. It was being headed by a woman, Fatima, I can't remember, Akili or whatever her name was. I don't think she's still doing it anymore, which would be a shame, but I hope somebody else is still doing it. And that's important. So, yeah, 54 women, 95 children were rescued. They also apparently, in the roundabout the same area in Borno, neutralized 2 suicide bombers who weren't able to detonate thanks to the vigilante group who sighted them first, and then as a result of that gave them challenge. They ran away, so nobody was killed apart from the suicide bomber. The loss of life at any given time is it's sad, it's a shame, it's a travesty, but in this case we also thank God that no innocent persons were killed. So yes, good news all around. Let's hope they continue like this.
All right, and I think we do continue with some more good news from the Punch here. Ayo, we're going to come to you with this. The army arrest herdsmen in 6 Benue communities. Troops of the Nigerian army have apprehended 5 gun-wielding herdsmen in 6 communities in Benue State after a gun duel, which led to the killing of 1 herdsman. Says there that they learned that the troops of 72 Battalion Special Forces nabbed the herdsmen at about 1:30 p.m. in the communities identified. Bajimba, Baka, Tomani, Yode, Dogonyashi, and Chembe. Ayo, what are your... how are you feeling about the story?
Well, we're beginning to have arrests. That's a good thing. I think the next stage now is meant to be the security, the intelligence gathering from the ones that have been arrested. Now, you know, there's this rumor that was going around media that an AK-47 costs like 3 million naira. That's actually not very true.
Okay.
It's cost around just a little bit below 500,000. Now, so it's understandable how the herdsmen probably want to get their the AK-47 to protect their livestock. So we need to start finding out where are they getting this? I mean, it's definitely from the black market.
Yeah,
where are they getting this?
Not the open
definitely
market.
not the open market. So where are they getting these arms from? Who are the ones that are sponsoring them? You know, so these are the kind of investigations that should be ongoing. They've already been handed over to the police, so the police has to do its job now. And now I think there's a time to negate the claims by Danjuma. You know, if you want to prove that Danjuma is not exactly being sincere with his statement.
No, irresponsible. Can we just say what it is? He was irresponsible with that statement.
Well, now this is now on them, that's the security agencies, to prove that he's irresponsible or he's not being factual with this.
But I think in the case of Danjuma, I hate to come in, I think in the case of Danjuma, it wasn't so much whether he was speaking. In fact, it was the fact that by saying what he said, telling us as a nation that we cannot trust those who are meant to protect us, given that he's a former member of the military. That is actually irresponsible. If we said that on this station, NBC would come down on us like a ton of bricks. So he had no rights. So it's not about anybody proving him wrong. It's about the fact that he should not have said that in the first place.
But the
thing is, as far as I'm concerned, Danjuma, as much as he used to be past leader and all that, is not responsible for us as of today. The army, the police are responsible for the Nigerians. They should do their job now. Okay,
and then it should inform others like him who are very akin to making, you know, careless statements like that. Watch what they say before.
Maybe they're careless. Maybe he has some information that we don't know. I'm not going to judge the man. And then he should
report it. Actually, we can. Can we stop treading on eggshells? If he had information, I'm not saying he didn't. I'm not saying he wasn't speaking the truth. I'm not saying he was lying. If you have it, he used to be in the military system. He should know exactly what to do with it. Standing on a pulpit, and whether he's managing us or not, you must remember that in Nigeria, the one thing we never forget are those who were in the military. A general is a general is a general and forever a general.
For life, yeah.
That's what it is.
So, Mr. Ireti, what are you saying? Okay, you're saying he may not be lying. So, if you're saying he may not be lying, you're saying that he shouldn't be the one to give out this information,
Yeah,
or
well,
should...
I'm saying that if he's got information like that, whatever it is, information can lead to wars.
I've also considered that perhaps his speech is creating a kind of reaction.
It's creating.
Maybe that's exactly what it's trying to do. I'm not trying to.
His speech would probably create anarchy.
I think we should just stick to our army and the police.
We do stick to our army. That's why we don't need people like him to come and make a responsible statement on the stage.
Lagos, you weigh in. Let's know what you think about Danjuma's comments. So we're moving on to Funmi Procurement Act of 2007 with the hope of punishing any civil servant found to have colluded with contractors to subvert the act. This is coming from the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, SGF boss Mustafa, who dropped the hint at the 2018 procurement retreats for chief executive officers. Funmi, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think it's going to be carried through? Or how are you feeling? How are you saying?
I'm hoping it will be.
Yeah?
Well, first and foremost, I'm wondering, maybe to remind them, I was wondering why there was a procurement retreat for CEOs of federal government agencies. I mean, are we trying to remind them that of the procurement process in the first place? So yes, it's normal that this will be said at the retreat, and whether EFCC and ICPC has actually started to do this, nobody knows. But I think it's important for me to stress that, especially for private organizations that are looking for contracts with government, they're public contracts. So I think it's important to stress that Lagosians out there be careful when they are collecting contracts from government agencies and parastatals. You should ensure that due process is followed. And a lot of times it's difficult because, we want it, and the public official that is there at that moment is telling you, I'll cover your back, everything will be fine. Don't worry, let's. But the way politics has gone in Nigeria, you should know. And for the sake of your company, it's important that the due process is followed at all times. All
right, thank you, Funmi. We'll come back to you, Mr. Ireti. This is from the Vanguard. Buhari to hold talks with the British Prime Minister. President Muhammad Buhari is expected to leave for Britain today for an official visit. He will hold talks with the British Prime Minister Theresa May before he will proceed to the Commonwealth head of government meetings that will start on the 18th. Statement by his senior special assistant, media and publicity, Malam Garbu Shehu, said Sunday night. He's also going to meet with the chief executive officer of Royal Dutch. What's behind?
To know fact is that there were some very, very, very senior law firms who were working with us, who were gathering information, who actually would say to the Nigerian government, do not say a word. Do not say a word. What happened? Everything gets leaked. It gets leaked. Bishop of Canterbury is one of those men you see on TV, and they're very calming because they're so modern and so feel like you call them the liberal Christians. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they even love atheists like Rotus. They love people like you and I. Not that I'm an atheist, but they love people like you and I. So they're going to have him talks about religious harmony. Very positive. It's a good trip, and they said he's going to be meeting prominent British and Nigerians residing in the UK. Well, he's not, because I'm here. So I don't know what we're talking about. Let's move on. Who else is there for him to meet in the UK?
His doctor.
Right, Ayo?
His doctor.
Sorry, who?
His doctor. Good
I don't know him.
All right, very quickly, we have messages up on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is at Smooth91FM. Join us on YouTube. We're streaming live there. So youtube.com/Smooth91FM Lagos. We have this message in from Chidi. Chidi Onya says, Danjuma's statement was fact. Irresponsible is a journalist encouraging suppression of information to citizens. #FreshlyPressed. Newstin says, what if it's Danjuma's comments that's prompted the army to wake up finally to apprehend the killer herdsman? That's a question. Really.
Good question.
The WhatsApp number has been tweeted up there. Remember, Freshly Pressed is brought to you by MTN. Freshly Pressed, this one says, thousands of people are killed by herdsmen. Police arrest 3 suspects with guns. We in the middle belt and not impressed. Our next story, Dasuki. So Dasuki sues DSS, others for illegal detention. So we remember back in March He has sued the DSS, really arraigning him before the High Court of Federal Capital Territory on 2 different charges. One of which is diversion of funds meant for use to fight insurgents in the northeast. And he's been in Kuje prison in Abuja. An international court has asked that he be released unconditionally. Federal government has flouted that order. Is this a contempt of court in any way?
No, it's okay. I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not going to say it's not.
That puts you on the spot.
So let me just hold on to that.
I like Ayo.
But the thing is, we're a sovereign country. Okay, so whether it's ECOWAS or not that is giving the injunction, we'll review it. Okay, the most supreme court in Nigeria is the Supreme Court of Nigeria. The only thing I just want to state is, so he lost the case on the 2nd of March, then he filed another one on the 15th of March. He has a right to sue,
to seek redress,
to seek any form of redress. It's okay. But as far as I'm concerned, I like the fact that the actual 2015 Act is in place, because you as a lawyer know the tactics that were used in the past, interlocutory injunctions, where they try to stall.
This has absolutely nothing to do with that.
I know. I mean, they use that to stall their cases and the likes. That already has already been checked with the actual act, which says that the case has to be going every day. But the problem here is, it looks as if this case is being stalled. Now, let's check something. You're a lawyer. The average timeline for you to have a verdict in Nigeria is going to like 6 years. It's not the first case that drags this long. He was arrested 2015. This is 2018,
and they've not even started trial.
I don't want to say
they haven't.
No, I don't want to say they've not started trial.
They have not.
Remember that.
They have not.
You're in Freshly Pressed.
And
we do
what?
say.
In that same 2015, Olisametu was arrested. Remember, Dokwesu was arrested. They started defense in Olisametu's case.
Okay.
Kanu's case had started trial. A lot of high-profile cases around that time, trial has moved considerably, except Dasuki.
Okay.
And guess what? And to answer the previous question, you might not be able to say, but I can say categorically, yes, the federal government is in contempt of court. They have granted this man bail. He has fulfilled his bail conditions.
He was rearrested.
And when he was arrested and charged again, the second court granted him bail.
So can you explain?
We have 2 bail conditions that have been perfected that he has not been released. He then filed a fundamental rights action before the ECOWAS court. And yes, we are bound by the decision of the ECOWAS court. We are not required to review it again in Nigeria before obeying it.
Because
we are bound to
we don't have the jurisdiction to do that.
Exactly. We are bound, and we have Nigerians sitting on that court as well. We are bound to obey.
I mean, the justice...
And so yes, the government is in contempt of court. What I know will not happen is an unconditional release, because of the kind of charges he's facing.
Yes.
You're granted bail, you're required to bring sureties, you're required to do a lot of things, probably submit your international passport and all of that.
And he's seeking for 5 billion naira in damages.
Falano has stated that there is no form of, so far, there is no unjust holding of Dasuki as of today.
Well,
so now the thing is, I mean, lawyers always have their opinions about this, so it's okay to have that. So far, the Supreme Court has already said, has quashed his last appeal.
Well, let me tell you what the decision of the Supreme Court is.
All right.
There are 2 things happening here. The EFCC charged him and released him. EFCC claims they released him, and it is the DSS that is holding him. And then he goes to court and says, don't allow the EFCC proceed with my trial until they obey the order of court to release me on bail. And then the Supreme Court says, EFCC is not the one that is keeping you. I can't do that. It's DSS that is keeping you. And that is why they filed the fundamental route against DSS. And the court says, release him.
Well, the case now is in the High Court. Let's see how it goes.
Real quick, got to conclude very quick. We have lots of messages on WhatsApp here. Bravo, much of such news, please. Now let's go get other Nigerians in Boko Haram captivity. This is from MI from Akoka. This is from Mike from Festac Town. Danjuma has a right to say his view on security matters. Then also we have Oluzil. He says herdsmen don't carry arms, rather they call those who do when attacked or threatened. Bandits carry arms and they run rustle cattle as well as attack poor defenseless farmers and villagers. Banditry is looking like a big business of insecurity. The army should go after bandits and neutralize them. Problem solved. Again from Oluzil on WhatsApp.
That's a very good one, actually.
We'll move on very quickly right now. This one's from Guardian. Federal government wants to frame me up. Wike is crying out again. The River State Governor, Nyesom Wike, has accused the federal government and her agents of plotting to frame him up by planting illegal items on him during any of his trips outside the shores of Nigeria. He has stated a few things that, according to his personal investigation, he said revealed very. No, they haven't given him. He's saying that Nigerians and the international community should be aware that
they want to give him the alarms treatment. Yeah. Yes, pretty much, they want to kill me. So basically, the man feels that they're giving him, or they want to give him the alarms treatment. I actually like that term. I must keep it for myself. Many people deserve the alarms treatment, But can I doubt it? I don't know, because look, he's feeling besieged, right? He's feeling unsafe. He's feeling insecure, if you like. And when you have lots of enemies, it's easy to feel that way, isn't it? In fact, when you have lots of enemies, it's easy for your mind to play tricks on you. It's easy for you to go to bed at night and think Valentine might be sweet in the morning, but he's actually the devil at night. It's possible. So we can't say that you shouldn't be feeling this. However, what I will say is that this is also so childish. He's also juvenile.
Remember, we had something similar from Dino Melai.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But that's crying out for what? Stop crying.
The possibility that some things like this
men that we have voted into office to do jobs stop crying. We do not need these in prams. What we need are people who are going to pull up.
Comfort to it. I don't like. I agree with you. You can't just come out and cry wolf.
But this is the first we're hearing of this. So, Mr. Ireti, we have more stories to take. We have this message in from Newstin on Twitter. It says, "Freshly pressed. I should believe Wike. DSS discovered billions of dollars and ammunition in Akwa Ibom State in 2015." And another one from Neke Joseph says, interesting how both lawyers have somewhat different interpretation on the Dasuki case.
Actually,
one of them is not a lawyer.
Exactly.
Well, we've just made him a lawyer now.
I sent a question on WhatsApp. It says, can someone tell me why Ayo is arguing with Funmi over legal issues after saying upfront?
I'm sorry, I'm not even trying to argue.
This is freshly pressed. It's a discussion.
Guys, another story from ThisDay this morning. It's very interesting, and it's a Monday. It's heated this much. Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation NNPC announced yesterday that it has completed its outstanding audit of its financial statements from the years 2011 to 2016, but it has failed to make them public. The investigators from ThisDay actually went to the website to find out if this account or audit, it said the NNPC completed is available, but there was none to be found.
Yes.
What are they trying to hide?
That is the question.
Are they not obligated to show Nigerians really?
Well, when contacted, NNPC said that their act does not require them to make their audited accounts public, but to consider doing so and publishing them on the website, and that is quite true. What the act does is that they should do is present it to the Federal Executive Council for approval, and the statement by the NNPC is silent on whether that has been done. But indeed, for transparency purposes and for the fact that the history we've had with NNPC has not been a very one that has enabled trust, it would be nice to have those accounts published on their website. Let the accounts and finance people, let them Rotus go through it and tell us to say. But it would be nice. We need transparency in NNPC for us to begin to trust any operations that they have.
Remember, the finance minister had asked, at the MPC meeting.
Yes,
they had
especially
wanted them to bring it forward, and that was what was stalling that meeting.
Where the accountant, the office of the Ministry of Finance and NNPC don't have the same figures.
Yes,
we're saying the amount coming into
it was well over 100
over a while, which is another reason for you to put everything out in the public. Let Nigerians say, and it is a state-run firm. So I'm wondering who are the stakeholders.
Have they become autonomous overnight?
It's state one.
All right. More messages. Emma from Lagos. Danjuma said truth. Self-defense is not a call to anarchy. Communities have been overrun. People gruesomely killed. Pregnant women disemboweled. Isn't that anarchy? People will ordinarily resort to self-help regardless of Danjuma's statement because the military has consistently taken... can't say what he said at the end there. Henry, it's irritating when people bring up what Falana said as if his legal authority is above that of 3 different court orders. Again, it is irritating. More on Danjuma. Danjuma is a retired general and a respected leader in Taraba and Nigeria and a former minister of defense. All these things. We can pretend that he spoke the mind of many Nigerians in general and his people in particular. We can't be sure he hasn't exhausted all possible ways of resolving this problem with government leaders in his capacity. But I think he's frustrated because his people are being killed and the government doesn't seem to be doing anything serious to curb these senseless killings. Nick from Apapa.
We're going to wrap this up on live radio, but on YouTube, keep it locked. We'll treat the next 2 stories on youtube.com/smooth981fm. This has been brought to you by MTN. Coming up next at 8:15 is Locker Room, where we talk sports. Good morning, Lagos.
The story.
So the next story here
the news
is the federal government will soon release another looters list. Lai Mohammed.
Ayo. It was fun. Really enjoyed it.
No, we still have 2 stories.
Huh?
We still have 2 stories.
Yeah, my comments. Okay, so
We don't know stories.
okay, so
We're going
On YouTube. We're doing on YouTube. Yeah.
okay, so for that, let them bring out the list now. Let's see what's on it. What the argument of PDP has always been is we are not seeing anybody from the APC, blah blah blah. If they have any contrary lists, let them bring it forward to want to see as many looters as possible. The only thing, I know you have something to say, but before you go there,
you remember that first list that they brought out?
Yes.
It had duplicate names.
Well,
they did not explain to us why one person's name will appear twice.
Well. I mean, is it person? The only issue I have.
Assume sorry to cut you short. Just assume that somebody brought out names of noisemakers.
Yes.
And put your name twice. Won't you question the person?
You made noise twice.
Not used in court.
I just hope that I expect the federal government to have enough proof to trial these people. That's what we expect. But don't forget that most of these names are coming from the Dasuki case.
Yes.
Okay. So now the government the federal government could come forward and say, okay, the allegations, okay, they are going to have to prove it, but they can name it. These are the alleged people that took money. Well, they don't have to.
If you ask me, publishing looters list undermines their fight against corruption.
Absolutely.
Because we've turned this into a political banter.
Yes.
And so and that is why most analysts in America believe one way or the other Trump is going to jail. Because if you're that serious and focused about investigation, you will be quiet. Dasuki is in court, everybody is in court. One of the presumptions against them is they are innocent until the court says they're
absolutely
guilty. And so for the Minister of Information, not you and I,
to start trialing them,
not
in public, in the court of public opinion.
Look at who is doing it. Look at who is doing it.
They stated that there was a court order to actually release those names.
Yeah, but for what purpose? It's counterproductive.
I'm not saying it's counterproductive. Remember that other than the call, the PDP itself started shouting and saying that who are the names, name them.
Yes, and they decided to. That is what is PDP doing? PDP is playing politics with you and I.
And the
fight against corruption should not be playing politics. The Minister of Information is who is even saying it. If it's the Telltale magazines,
yes.
If it's the Twitter
an independent audit firm,
Lai Mohammed should engage all these social media influencers. Let them be fighting each other with publishing news. But the Minister of Information
is not the Minister
of APC. He's the Minister of Information for Nigeria. Give us accurate information. Stop playing politics with corruption. That's what it's like.
That's
why it's become the pancake war on corruption.
So next story. Next story. Oyegun APC NEC meeting actually set to hold today, and remember how Buhari stepped in right after a month after they reversed the decision, or rather they said this guy is going to 1 year tenure allegation with the executives of the APC, and then Buhari now they're going to have another meeting today. Is it possible that we might see a reversal? Are they going to play along to the gallery, or?
I think we will see a reversal because all the governors, and it's funny how that's politics. Even in decision making they do it, but it's not even about what I believe is right is about whose loyalty. If you read the story, this governor has loyalty. Factions now, yeah. And the sole reason is I have loyalty to this guy. Akeredolu is said to have loyalty to Oyegun because he helped him win the APC primary ticket. Those Amosu and the rest are losing your seat.
With our constitution, and that's the issue with Nigeria. And I hate to say this, I love this country. But you didn't say what you wrote. You said you don't have anything.